ID card. Something with your name on it.
That's my ride. I'm gonna go ahead and go.
No, you're not.
I didn't break any laws, sir. So
stop, dude. You can make an emergency, please. I got one resisting.
I work here, sir. I just got...
On the Road Traffic Act, you've got to produce your driver's license. If you do not have your driver's license on you, you give me your name and your date of birth. However, we need to confirm those details. If you're telling me you can't prove who you are,
yeah, I'm right. Why are you approaching me?
Why are you backing off?
With your taser and all that. What are you doing?
What do you mean with a taser?
Well, what are you stopping me for?
I come over and chat with you.
Yeah, what? For what particular reason?
What are you up to?
What crime am I being accused of?
Sure.
Sir, I'm just telling you that do not go inside their property.
Did I go in their property?
No, sir, you didn't, but your camera
Then why do you
did.
tell me not to go in there?
Your camera did.
No, my camera's been right here.
Well, sir.
Imagine finishing your shift at CVS, calling a Lyft, and just waiting on the bench outside the store. Now imagine a cop pulling up, accusing you of hiding, threatening to tase you, then arresting you, all within 7 minutes of closing. That's exactly what happened to Paul, a 22-year-old just trying to get home. Despite no crime, no complaint, and no aggressive behavior, this officer escalated everything based on a hunch, not the law. Paul politely said he worked there, even named his manager, but was still handcuffed, humiliated, and hauled off to jail. His only crime? Waiting for a ride while wearing a hoodie. And here's the kicker. His charges are still pending. This could happen to anyone. Watch closely and see how quickly your rights can be erased when power goes unchecked.
ID card. Something with your name on it.
I didn't break the law, sir.
1693 Central.
That's my ride. I'm gonna go ahead and go.
No, you're not. Can you start me another unit, please?
I didn't break any laws. I didn't break any laws, sir. So
stop, dude. You can make an emergency, please. I got one resisting.
I work here, sir. I just got off work. You don't believe me?
Dude, you're gonna get tased.
Okay, I work here.
Turn around.
I work.
Stand up and turn around.
Okay, I work here, sir.
Put your hands behind your back. Okay. Don't move. Don't move. If you move, there's a canine in my car. You're gonna get dog bit.
And I was.
Stop moving your hands. 6K93 Central. I got one detained. Who is that? Is that person related to you?
No, that's my Lyft. Can you just let them know that it's $40.
I asked. Okay, I pull up. Let's recap everything.
All right.
So I pull up. I see you sitting there, and then all of a sudden I'm pulling up. You're hiding behind the pillars of a closed business. How's that look, dude?
Well, you say hiding. I just got up
dude,
and took a walk.
but just look from my. It's a closed business.
Right.
I pull up. You're hiding behind the pillars. It looks strange. Does that look weird? Does that sound weird to you?
You say
and then
hiding.
listen.
Okay.
And then I tell you you're detained.
Yeah.
And you're telling me you're gonna leave.
Okay. Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
I understand.
Then you were resisting.
Okay. I apologize. You say hiding. I just got up and just put my hoodie on. That's all I did.
Do you really work here?
I swear to God, I work here. But what time? What time is it? Can you tell me what time it is? Just tell me what time it is. I get it. Look what.
What's your name?
Look up what time CVS closes. Look up what time CVS closes. It's 10 o'clock.
You got your ID card on you?
I didn't do anything wrong, sir. I got off work. My manager just left. His name is Mike. I'm your ride. This is my ride. Just 1 second.
No. I'll talk to him for a second. Hey, you're good to go. He doesn't need a ride anymore. I'm gonna give him one.
What's that, boss?
I said he called a Lyft or something, I think.
Yeah, well, on the left, I sir.
Yeah, I got one for him. So you're free to go.
Yeah.
You can cancel it or something. He might get arrested.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, I hear you. I just I'm trying to figure out with her, cancel it. So.
Okay, I got you. You can hang out. I'm passing by. I see someone singing, so I was like, I'll dip in and check who it is. As I'm pulling in, he hides behind the pole. So I'm like, that's strange. So obviously I need to talk to this guy. His business is closed.
Yeah.
I go talk to him, like, hey man. And he's like, am I being detained? I said, yes, you are. You're being detained.
Yeah.
And I asked him for ID. He said he doesn't have it. He says, my ride's here. I'm going to leave. I said, no, you're not.
Yeah.
And then I said, and that's why he was like, getting up to leave. And I pulled my taser out, and Drago started barking. I think he got a little worried, so he fucking started to comply then. But, so he's going to jail for resisting.
Where the hell's his ride?
That was his Uber right there. Apparently he works here, but dude, past that point and he's trying to jump in that and leave. I do believe that he works here. I mean, he looks like he's in workers' clothing, but I mean, he was going to try to dictate and tell me he was going to leave. So I'm not playing that game. No, he's going to learn, fortunately, the hard way. So he's like, my ride's here. I'm going to leave. I said, no, you're not, dude. I said, you're detained. And then he went and fucking ID himself. So yeah, he's. What's that?
I was just asking about this seatbelt right here.
You don't want to have, you don't have questions for me? Do you understand why you're getting arrested?
I was just sitting there. I got.
Do you understand why you're getting arrested?
My lift came.
I'll pull this back so you don't get too hot.
No. Put my hoodie back on.
Nope. I don't want you to overheat back here, dude. So you don't want me to explain to you? You're good? I want to explain to you. I think I dictated a little bit what was going on. You look, it was very strange, dude. Closed business. I pull up, you're hiding behind the pole. So I get out with you, okay? I asked you to identify yourself, then you asked me to detain. I tell you you are detained, okay? Because Lord and Prowling, I can investigate that. Although I'm not going to charge you with that, nor I'm going to go further in that. I asked you to identify yourself. If you fail to do that, I'm going to charge you with resisting, okay?
Outrage as UK police yank man from car over simple question. This shocking encounter starts with a calm driver minding his own business in a police bay. No law is broken, yet a police officer demands his ID and threatens arrest for non-compliance. The driver responds with calm logic and humor, but the officer becomes increasingly aggressive. When the driver asks for the officer's warrant card, the situation escalates, revealing the officer's lack of legal grounds. This video exposes the absurdity of power trips and unlawful police conduct. Watch and decide who's really in the wrong here.
Audio and video recorded as well.
Okay, how can I help you, officer?
See your driving license, please.
I don't have my driving license
I've also
on me.
told you about being parked in the police bay, but there's a council enforcement on coming for that. I need to see some sort of proof of your ID, buddy.
I don't have no ID on me, sir.
Well, your report provides some sort of evidence as to who you are. I need to see that you're legitimately insured and licensed to drive.
That's fine. You can do your checks and then you can get back to me.
Have you got some ID, please, buddy?
You
need to prove to me who you are, buddy.
Can I see your warrant card, please?
I'm in full uniform.
Yeah, you could be fancy dressed. Can I see your warrant card, please?
Let's not be silly with this.
Can I see your warrant card, please?
I can show my warrant card, but you will not be allowed to film my warrant card.
So you can film me and I can't film you?
You cannot film a warrant card. It says on the back of it. If you want to put that away, I would gladly show you my warrant card.
Can I see your warrant card, please, officer?
Not on video, buddy. I will show it to you off video. There you go.
You didn't show me nothing. You just showed me a badge. I need to see your warrant card, please.
You want to be silly about this, mate?
Can I see your shoulder number?
There's my warrant card.
Yeah, 238135.
Yeah, it is indeed. Can I see some ID, please?
You don't need to see no ID from me.
You need to provide me proof of who you are, mate.
Do your checks and then get back to me.
Wait, hold on. Under the Road Traffic Act, you've got to produce your driver's license. If you do not have your driver's license on you, you give me your name and your date of birth. However, we need to confirm those details. If you're telling me you can't prove who you are, how do I know this car belongs to you? How do I know who you say you are? You haven't got any form of ID and you think it's appropriate for you to sit in a car parked in a clearly marked police bay? Sir, have you got anything to say for yourself?
Who are you?
Well, all right, if we're going to be like that, excuse me. All right, I'm going to give you one more time.
Right.
All right? Give me a form of ID to show
I don't have no ID on me.
Who you say you are, okay? If you haven't got a form of ID, and I can't confirm that you are who you say you are, I'll be arresting you and taking you back into a police station.
Arresting me for what?
Where we can confirm your ID.
Arresting me for what offence?
For failing to provide.
What have I done?
You have failed to provide.
I don't need to give you no details.
Well, I've told you, and I'm not going to say it again. If you fail to provide, I'll be arresting you for that, and I'll be taking you to a police station. Is that clear? So, have you got a form of ID on you?
I don't have no ID on me now.
All right, give my colleague your name and date of birth.
For what reason do I need to give my details?
Under the Road Traffic Act. If you think we are going to play silly buggers, I'll arrest you and take you in now. All right, I'm giving you that opportunity. I've got every.
I've done nothing wrong.
All right, get out the car. You're under arrest for failing to provide.
What have I done?
For failing to provide, you're under arrest.
What have I done?
You're under arrest. Failing to provide, get out the car. Get out the car.
What are your thoughts on this encounter? Let me know in the comments and don't forget to hit like and subscribe.
Ever been stopped just because of how you look? In today's video, a man in the UK is harassed by police for the shocking crime of having face tattoos and wearing dark clothes. That's it. No stolen property, no illegal acts, just vibes. The officers can't cite a law, can't name a crime, and yet still try to intimidate him. But this guy knows his rights and won't back down. Watch as he calmly dismantles their weak excuses and throws their assumptions right back at them. If you think this can't happen to you, think again. This one's a must-watch for anyone who believes in liberty, dignity, and the right to exist without being profiled.
All right, you all right?
Yeah, I'm right. Why are you approaching me?
Why are you backing off?
With your taser and all that. What are you doing?
What do you mean with a taser?
Well, what are you stopping me for?
I come home and chat with you.
Yeah, why? For what particular reason?
What are you up to?
What crime am I being accused of?
Surely, I haven't even opened my
I don't care. I don't like none of yous. You threw me in a cell for 21 hours without any food,
for no
medication.
reason whatsoever?
Yeah, because my wife was a liar. And the CPS have just backed that up. So, got anything to say to that, or?
What, is it like an interview, is it?
Well, I don't know. You're the one stopping up and pulling me up for questions.
I've just come home and speak to you,
Yeah,
mate.
why?
Are you guilty of something? Or?
Are you guilty of something?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Oh, is this what it is? A bit like a 6-year-old child?
Yeah, it's exactly like that. Because you've got no reason to stop me.
I should have known that before I came home and spoke to you.
What, because I got face tattoos?
No, because
So what assumption are you making then? You should have known that before you come over to me. So what, you're assuming that I'm immature?
You're trying to lead me into something, are you?
No, I'm trying to make sure that I'm safe when you pull me over because I don't trust you. Are you recording as well?
Why do you need to know that?
Well, I don't know. Why are you stopping us?
Okay.
Don't I have a right to know that? Why are you stopping me?
Well, yeah, but you let me speak, yeah?
Well, speak then.
Are you going to let me speak? Okay, and not keep talking over me?
By all means, fire away.
Okay, we've come over to speak to you, see what you're up to.
I'm walking along the street.
Well,
I'm stopped now, aren't I? Because you just stopped me. Yeah, so that was a silly question, wasn't it?
Why is it a silly question?
Well, look, mate, why are you stopping me?
To see what you're up to.
Well, I'm walking to my friend's house. Okay. I've just got off the phone to my mum. Do you want me to ring her back so you can find out?
No, I don't need to, no.
Why has he stopped you, Jay?
So we had reports earlier on of suspicious people. I'm not saying you are suspicious.
Oh my fucking god. What, because I've got tattoos on my face and he's got a tattoo on his neck, we're suspicious.
I thought you had a joint in you.
Oh, you thought I had a joint? So you made the assumption because we got tattoos and we're wearing black that we're smoking drugs?
In the first instance, we would have been down, you know...
Well, if you'd have been doing your job in the first instance and going out and stopping actual criminals...
You're not even letting me talk.
I don't want to let you talk, so you get back in the car and drive off and go and stop a real criminal. So am I being held?
Are you asking or are you telling me?
No, am I being held? That's a question, isn't it? It's not a statement.
It is, but you ask a question, but then you talk all over me.
Okay, so I'll ask you now and then you answer. Am I being held? Your turn.
Have you listened? Right. Did you listen to what my colleague's saying, or did you talk
I look suspicious.
at the same time as well?
There's two men walking around down the road.
Oh, fuck.
Without a jacket on. It's cold.
I've got a jacket on.
Your friend hasn't, which is why I didn't speak to you. I spoke to your
So why are these pulling me over?
You two were together. We're just having a chat.
What if we're gay? What if we're homos and we love kissing each other?
Has that got any relevance?
Well, would you stop two blokes in pink jackets with pink jumpers on the other side of the road?
What relevance is that? I don't know.
Well, what relevance is you to stop me on the street randomly?
Did you not listen to what my colleague was saying?
Yeah, we look suspicious. I've got the concept of we look suspicious.
Okay, so
I've grasped that.
What do we need to say further than that?
Well,
We're just having a chat.
I look suspicious, so what now?
Well, we're just coming to speak to you.
Yeah, but what now?
What's your name?
I don't need to tell you that, do I?
Well, I thought I'd just open it
Yeah,
up.
got you there, didn't I? I've watched my YouTube, mate. I know my shit.
Yeah. Oh, well, YouTube's absolutely bang on, isn't it? Yeah.
I've got 12 GCSEs as well.
Oh, excellent.
So I bet you
Why
didn't assume
tell me
that
at the start?
Because you assumed that I was a tattooed up drug smoking fucking retard, didn't you?
Sorry?
You assumed that I was a drug smoking, even though it's a cigarette, tattoo wearing mug. I'm a very educated man, mate. Very educated. Don't let the appearance fool you.
Okay, all the first encounters.
First encounters.
Well,
your first encounter. You're jumping
like
out. You're jumping out the motor with a fucking taser, cuffs, your video, your radio, your vest.
This is my outfit.
Right, and I'm just a normal public civilian walking down the street.
That's your outfit.
Right, so can I carry on with my day then?
I probably suggest you do. Yes.
All right, lovely. It was. What? Sorry, just quickly. What's your number? 451.
451. Yeah, Essex Police.
Lovely. Lovely. Have a wonderful day.
Absolutely.
Try and go and catch some real criminals.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. See ya.
What are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe to the channel for more.
You won't believe what just went down at a South Carolina probation office. A calm First Amendment auditor shows up with a camera, simply asking to speak with a supervisor. But instead of answers, he's swarmed by cops and agents demanding ID, trying to trespass him from a public building, and even accusing him of being a threat, all without a single crime committed. The audacity? They claim he's baiting them by filming, even though courts have ruled it's 100% legal. Things escalate fast when backup arrives and tensions flare over one simple question. What law did I break? Stay tuned till the end, because this auditor doesn't just hold his ground, he educates the whole department.
Sir, is everything okay?
Yeah. Why wouldn't it be?
Well, you're walking out recording everything in these buildings and stuff. I don't think that's a good idea because it's a safety issue for them. We don't even allow pictures.
Am I breaking the law?
Well, they don't allow pictures to be taken of them and stuff because it's structural.
Okay, but that would be their policy, right?
Yes, that's their policy, and probably one of the supervisors may come out and tell you to stop filming their building.
Yeah, I won't do that.
Okay.
It's a First Amendment right, and I'm just
yes,
walking
sir,
around, been walking all around the city recording stuff,
Yeah, I understand.
and you know how that is. They don't pay me to follow their policy, so I won't do it. If they want me to put me on the payroll to follow their policy, I'll be more than happy to follow their policy. And I'm an executive, so they've got to pay me pretty good.
Okay, I understand that.
Can I get your name and badge number?
Well, let me have your name. What is your name?
Nope, not giving that.
Well, my name's Detective Hunter.
Detective
Charlotte
Hunter.
Police. Yes, sir. And what's your name?
I'm not giving my name.
Why aren't you giving your name?
Because I have a Fourth Amendment right not to. What's your badge number?
It's 665.
665?
Yes, sir.
And you're basically telling me that I can't record here.
You can't record their buildings. No, sir.
I can't do this here?
That is their property, sir.
Is this their property right here?
No, sir. This is public, but this is their private property.
And anything I can see, I can record.
Well, sir, you can record it, but it's a safety issue for them. I know they won't take anything inside the structures. They don't like people taking pictures.
Did I go inside?
No, sir. You're not inside.
Okay. Then what's the problem?
Sir, I'm just telling you that do not go inside their property.
Did I go in their property?
No, sir, you didn't, but your camera
Then why do you
did.
tell me not to go in there?
Your camera did.
No, my camera's been right here.
Well, sir, you've been viewing the inside of the property. You walked all the way down in front of the structure there.
Yeah. I can't look there. Do I have to close my eyes when I turn my head that way?
Videoing too?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they don't like that to be done.
I don't care what they like, actually.
Okay.
Anything I can see, I can record.
Yes, sir, you can. Probably
Yes, see? There you go. You even admit I can, but you're telling me not to.
Sir, you can't record inside their structure.
If I can see in there, I can record. If I can see in there, I can record.
Okay.
G4S.
And you do not have the authority to take a picture of me, sir. I'm telling you, you don't have the authority to take a picture of me. I'm telling you, you cannot.
I'm on public property. You're in public.
Okay, well,
You have no expectation of privacy in public.
So you can't film me, Jake.
Why not?
You can't film me.
Are you in public?
This is private, huh? You can't film me.
This is private property. You just said this is private property.
This is public here, but the
This
building
is public.
is there.
Building. I'm pointing to the building.
Okay, the building. If I can stand out here on public and I can see that building, I can record it.
Yeah, you can stand
That's-
out here. You just can't.
And I can record.
You can't record me or my officer.
Yeah, I can record anybody I can see in public.
Yeah, you right here. You good?
Yeah, so
Up here.
so you just told me I can't do it, but then you tell me I can if I'm in public.
Building, sir.
If I can see this building, I can record it. Now, if you want to build a wall around it so I can't see it, then I can't record it. Now that gentleman right there, he knows. We've talked before. That guy right there, he knows perfectly well. I got another video of him. That's why he ain't coming over here saying anything. He knows. You can talk to this gentleman right here. This gentleman knows what he's talking about. I've talked to him before. He knows what he's talking about. He knows the law.
In the case Alvarez v. Smith, the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals ruled that the First Amendment protects the right of citizens to film government buildings from public property. The court found that the government cannot prohibit photography of its buildings and grounds simply because it may reveal sensitive or confidential information. This case makes it clear that the right of citizens to film public buildings is protected by the First Amendment. When police officers try to stop people from filming, they are violating their constitutional rights. This type of behavior from law enforcement can discourage people from exercising the First Amendment right to freedom of press. Keep in mind, one of the best ways to hold government officials accountable is to film them in public, and that also includes their buildings. Even though she didn't press the issue, this can lead to the abuse of power by police officers, and if police officers are allowed to stop people from filming their public buildings, this can create a climate of fear and make it difficult to hold out public officials accountable.
So you need some help something with that?
I don't.
Are you here from court or anything?
What's that?
Are you here from court or anything like that?
I just said I don't need any help.
Well, sir, you're walking around here with a camera on you.
And I can do that.
Sir, excuse me?
And I can do that.
Why are you walking around with a camera?
Because I can.
Sir, am I getting an attitude with you?
You are.
Ask you a question.
You're interrupting my video. Thank you. Is Agent Sterling Hill in today or his supervisor? Ma'am, I don't want to give my name. I just need to speak to his supervisor if he's here. And I still have it. I have 2 of them. Please tell me what law I'm breaking. None. Exactly. Get out of my face. What's going on, man? I'll be standing right here. And I said I don't need any help.
I'm talking about boss. Give me 1 second, please.
You're talking about me?
Yes, I am, sir. I've given you no lip or no disrespect. There's no reason you need to do that to me right now.
There was no reason for you to ask me, can you help me? This is a public space. I'm open to move freely as I want to. Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Is this a public space?
For people on supervision?
No. Is this a public space? Is this building limited to only people that are on supervision?
We have clubs of extension downstairs. This is the probation office.
Okay, but my question is this space limited to only people? No, you can't. And I've already told this gentleman he can't.
Then you have no reason to be on this floor, sir, if you have no business.
Sir, did you not just see me go to that window?
And I asked if I could help you with a camera strap to your
You
chair.
can't help me with anything. I already told you that. The person that I want to speak to, I went to the window to ask for them. You're not him. I'm 100% confident.
But come on, we'll go up here and find out who you're looking for. Come on.
And who are you?
I'm the assistant agent in charge.
Come on, we're going
Okay.
I need you to go this way. Come on.
You don't tell me where to go.
Yes, I can. I can actually remove you from this building.
Yep. Okay. We'll find out today.
What's that, sir?
Okay, who did you ask for? Did you sign in?
I didn't sign in. She didn't ask me to sign in. Is that your policy to sign in?
Yes, it is.
Oh, well, you might want to get on her. She didn't tell me to sign in.
Who did he ask for? You didn't ask to speak to anybody?
Ask her what I asked her.
Did you speak
No,
to
did you
him?
ask to speak to anybody? That's what we want to know.
And if you ask her, she'll tell you. I don't have to tell you.
Yes,
either.
you do.
Okay, you'll find out.
I can't. Sterling.
See?
Supervisor.
That lady was all the way back there and she heard it. So how come she didn't hear it and she was right there?
Okay.
Sounds like a bunch of...
Are you on probation?
I don't have to answer your
Are
question.
you on probation?
I don't have to answer your
Yes,
question.
You need to leave the building. Come on. You have to
Sir,
leave the building.
don't touch me.
Yes, I do. You
Don't
have to
touch
leave.
me.
I can instruct you
Okay.
to leave this building.
All right.
And place you on trespass.
Oh, you're going to place me on trespass from
Yes,
a public
we
space?
can.
From a public
Yes,
space?
we can.
Okay. From a public space?
Yes, we can.
All right, we're going to find out.
You being resistant?
I don't have to be resistive. You don't give me lawful orders.
We just did. Step out of the building.
Okay. All right, guys. So I'm going to go live now. We're here at the probation office. This is not...
Do you have an ID on you?
No, you're not getting my ID.
Do you have an
You're
ID
not
on
getting
you?
my
Yes,
ID.
we can require. South Carolina can require you to possess ID.
That's only when I've broken the law, or you
No,
can
that's
articulate that I
incorrect.
have correct...
That's incorrect.
No, you're not correct.
You're being disorderly conduct.
I'm being disorderly because
Yes.
you're refusing me in a public space.
We're not refusing you. We asked you who you needed to see.
Did the lady just tell you who I asked to speak to?
Yes, she did.
Okay,
And
so
then
I
you
just
tried
asked to speak to
check
someone,
and
correct?
you said when we asked you about the person, you said Agent Hill. Okay.
No, I didn't. I said Agent Hill's supervisor, not Agent Hill.
Okay, and when we said something about going to get him, you said what? I don't need to talk to you.
I don't need to talk to him is what I said. Him. He asked me that I need his help.
He is an agent of this department. He can ask anyone anything up in the hallway that is standing
and I don't have to answer the question.
You do.
No, I don't.
You can be removed from the office.
How about we contact the police department? They can explain it to you.
And we'll put you on trespass notice.
Okay, well, you'll find out. This is a First Amendment protected activity.
That's incorrect.
Okay, okay, we'll find out.
Go back to Kellogg's Law School you went to.
Okay. And what's your name again?
Oh, wait. I don't have to tell you that.
Oh,
you know what you
true.
said?
That's so true.
Did you have paperwork for Mr.
Okay, can you send a city officer up to the probation
I asked to speak to his supervisor.
South Tower Street. We're going to place an individual on trespass notice in this building. Step outside. He said, I don't have to do this, that, or the other, but we just want him placed on trespass notice in the building due to causing ruckus upstairs. And it just, you know, we're here to help somebody if they want to tell us, but he refuses to tell us anything.
Am I required to answer your questions?
There we go. That's.
Am I required to answer his questions because he asked me something? I don't think so.
What's your name, sweetie?
I'm not going to tell you.
You gotta tell me your name.
I do not.
Yes, when I get out with you, you have to tell me your name.
That's not true.
That
Get
is
your
true.
supervisor. What's your name and your badge number?
My name is Officer Bates. My badge number is 625. Would you like to speak with my supervisor?
Either your supervisor or your watch commander, one of the two. I know that's not your policy.
To begin, this was a public service failure from the start. The so-called agent of the department created the issue, coming off so aggressively, speaking to South Carolina accountability like he's used to talking to the probationers. This type of attitude being displayed by public servants is unacceptable and they should be removed from their duties. State employees should be grateful to have such a position and should always show their gratitude to the citizens who earn their paychecks. Now to the female cop on scene. She is just as educated on the law as my 6-year-old daughter. I'm sorry, Jordan, to compare you to her, but this is sad. This cop knew nothing about what constitutes her getting IP from a citizen. And she knew absolutely nothing about lawfully trespassing a citizen for public property. What's the point of being a police officer if you have to refer to your supervisor to do your job properly? Let's see how the supervisor behaves when they arrive.
He's on his way.
And there's no refusing to give her information as I'm not required because I haven't committed a crime.
Okay. Well, if
just because you make contact with me,
any business owner can put anybody.
This isn't a business.
They want to.
This is state probation. That means it is a public space.
You can still put people on trespass.
Yeah, if they've committed a crime.
You're trespassing. Like they don't want you here.
Okay, it's a public space. Can't be trespassed.
My supervisor's on the way.
I heard you the first time you said it.
Can we move to the sidewalk so we're not in the middle of the
Yeah, I don't want to get charged for pedestrian in the roadway. So I really don't even care about that. She's basically telling me that I need to ID, and I haven't committed a crime. This isn't a stop in an ID state. And just because you received a call for service or a suspicious person still doesn't
stop you. We know what this is all about, that you're trying to draw the officers in and saying that they're violating your rights. But here's what the deal. They want you on trespass from here. Okay?
For what reason? What
you have to ask them. We don't.
Can you articulate the crime that I've committed? Because he says that I don't have to commit a crime.
He came up to the office, said, and he told the lady up front.
No, he told you to ask for me to ask you.
She said that he said, I want to speak to Sterling Hill's supervisor, and they asked me, what his name is, and this is how I got involved. I'm the assistant agent, aren't you? And they said he's video and he won't tell the name. So I come up there and we're like, who are you here to see? I don't have to tell you that. Well, what's your name? I don't have to tell you that. I'm like, well, are you on probation? I don't have to tell you that. I'm like, well, if you're not on probation and you won't tell us who you are because of safety hazard, we have a lot of people report that you need to leave the building. I don't have to leave the building. Sir, you need to be leaving the building. We're going to place you on trespass. You won't tell us what you need, what you're about. Just, I want to talk to this person. We don't know if it's a setup on somebody, you know, he's going to assault a supervisor. We don't know. He won't tell us anything. So for safety reasons, well, then you need to leave the building. It's in law enforcement, you know, up there. And he said, I'm not leaving the building. You need to step outside and place on trespass. Said, come on, let's go. He come down there and he said, I don't have to leave the building. We said, go. Started to close the door. He grabbed the door and said, no, I don't have to leave the building. He pulled back on the door to try to forcibly enter the building. And that's when we called, said, we're going to call the city. He said, we'll call the police. They can come up here and tell you I don't have to leave. And that's why we called. And that's, but we want to know how can we help him to begin with, but he won't explain anything. And that's where we're at now.
So here's what's happening is, I'm not sure if you all saw that video. There's several guys going around, and I'm just going to be honest, and I know you're recording me because I'm recording you. What they're trying to do is they're trying to draw law enforcement in to say that we're violating their rights. First Amendment rights.
Right.
And they're trying to draw you in with the First Amendment and Fourth Amendment and all that good stuff. So that's not.
Okay. We don't know. I
I
hadn't seen anything.
I agree with you. I agree with you. You don't know. You deal with a whole lot of people here. So I totally agree with you.
The principle is I'm not required to answer your questions in public. One, I'm not a probationer. I'm not on parole. I'm not required to answer your questions. Two, it's a public space. Three, you put your hands on me to remove me from a public space, which you didn't have. Did you not touch me? Did you touch me in the process?
Come on, let's go.
You're not answering the question. Did you touch me in the process?
Do what I was like.
Yeah, because I don't have to do what you say. That's what you don't understand. I don't have to do what you say. You have no governing authority over me.
But anyways, that's why we're here.
Again, I'm not going to ID, and I'm not going to be placed on trespass because it's a public space.
That's what I'm saying. Is this some Homeland Security thing? I don't know.
Would you like to see the paperwork? Homeland Security gives us the authority to record government entities.
Yeah, that's where we're at.
They've been, it's like I said, there's a couple of them circling around. They've been down to the courthouse.
I was just there 30 minutes ago. Because we have the right to do so.
They've been down to the courthouse. They've been down to our police department. They've recorded the county officers. And again.
And I respect your opinion. You feel like we're baiting you in, and I necessarily don't. Like I said, I came in here with the purpose to. But that's what I said, and I respect your opinion. And there's some of us that do, but I didn't. I actually came in here with the purpose to see a supervisor, but someone asked me how can they help, and I said no, you can't, because I didn't want to speak to that person. He wasn't the supervisor in charge. I knew he wasn't. So because he didn't have on the proper uniform. I've never seen a supervisor, if any of the probation officers in South Carolina, that wear a uniform. They always dress casual like you guys.
Because our policy is we're like a business attire.
Okay. Again, was he the supervisor though? Exactly.
So you didn't know. Again, you didn't.
I mean,
know.
well, I guess my assumption was correct, but it was correct.
No, it was incorrect.
Okay.
Okay. But anyway.
So like I said, we just let them record.
Yeah. Am I being placed on trespass?
As far as I'm concerned, no.
Thank you.
We just let them record, but we do keep.
Am I free to go?
You are.
Thank you. Free to go and free to stay.
So the supervisor claims that lawfully filming the public building is baiting the police. So what is it called to leave a vehicle with the keys in it and the door open parked in the poverty-stricken area? A real question is, how is it so easy for law enforcement to be baited? Let me guess, because it's normal for them to violate citizen rights. And when we film you violating our rights, it's called baiting? What kind of cop logic is that? Law enforcement officers simply don't like being held accountable. That's why they treat camera-wielding citizens like criminals. Cops will use their connections at the local news station to do a story to slander First Amendment auditors. They claim to wear out to cause problems for a reaction. No, we're just out with the camera and cover service causes the problem because they don't like being filmed, which is then the reaction. Cops will eventually find a reason to pull over an auditor to get their information and enter their name into a database with real criminals. Unfortunately, I don't see the situation getting any better anytime soon, but we must continue our fight. It's awesome to see South Carolina Accountability have those servants educated and walk back into the building to finish filming his visit. I would give that supervisor some props for upholding the citizen rights, but I'm not, because he did what he had to do to prevent from being fired and sued, because obviously a higher up from the state government had informed them about rights in the email.
What's up, everyone? Got some activity over here. See what's going on. Hey, don't give me directives, buddy.
Sorry?
Don't give me directives. Just do your job. Just do your job. Do your job. So he's probably calling for backup now because he's a coward. So we got Officer 201-23255. He wants to give me directives.
Back up over there, I can see you, okay?
What's your name and badge number, bud?
Officer Savage, badge 201.
Hey, Officer Savage, don't worry about where I'm at.
Don't tell me what to worry
Do your
about.
job. Do your job. I'm on a public easement. I can be wherever I want. For your safety, you got a gun and a badge and a taser, and you're worried about your safety? You can't ask me anything, buddy. You can't ask me anything. Bye-bye. Officer Savage here asked for his safety. Coward. I already know your name.
Get it?
I already know your name. I don't need it.
Sure you got it.
I don't need it. Why'd you park and block? Why'd you park and block traffic?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. You're a tyrant, ain't you, buddy? You're a tyrant, aren't you? Straight tyrant.
You're doing a bunch of this. You can do that. That's fine.
I know I can. I know. You picked a douchebag job, buddy. Just face it. You picked a job that people can't stand you. And he's all worried about his officer's safety. He had to call you here. Bunch of cowards. Got guns and tasers and billy clubs. You're scared of a man with a camera.
Billy clubs?
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 48 years old. How old are you? Probably older than you are. Probably older than you are.
No.
Yeah. Little man.
Nope.
Whatever, little man. Just remember, your profession sucks.
That's fine.
Clowns in costumes, welfare recipients. All you are. It's not an opinion, it's fact, buddy. It's fact. You're a welfare recipient. That's a fact.
And everybody wants a stage, too. Remember that.
I don't need a stage.
Everybody wants
I don't need a stage.
Everybody wants a stage.
I don't need a stage to protest you.
Everybody wants a stage.
Number 184 here. We got number 203 here. 203. Now he's saying I'm going to try to get in his car. That's how much of a coward he is.
What are you doing over there? Hey,
Record all you want, but back it up.
Hey, bud, when I break the law, that's when you can tell me what to do.
Back it up.
When I break the law, that's when you can tell me what to do. You're a law enforcement officer, right?
That's right.
You're not a feelings enforcement officer,
Get away
correct?
from these guys.
I am not breaking the law. I'm not breaking the law.
Walk over there and be a normal person.
Yeah.
Walk over there.
I am normal. I'm practicing my First Amendment rights. What's your name and badge number?
You can record.
What's your name and badge number?
Step over there, man.
What's your name and badge number? I'm asking you your name.
Jansen 179.
Yeah,
right
thanks
there.
a lot, Jansen.
Stand over there.
I'm not listening
What's
to
your
you,
name?
buddy. My
What's your
name is Good Citizen.
Right. Well, I gotta tell you, but you ain't gotta tell me.
I don't have to tell you. I'm a private citizen. You took the douchebag welfare recipient job, not me.
So am I.
You took the welfare recipient job. You just cuss at me, a member of society? You just cussed at a member of society? And you're a sergeant? And you're a sergeant? That's why the rest of your guys are clowns too. I'm staying right here, buddy. I'm staying right here. Clown. Is that who you learned from there, buddy? That's your sergeant? What a great department you guys got. What a great department, dude. That's why people can't stand you. Idiot, man. Scared to death of a guy with a camera. You think I'd be dumb enough to go in your car when I'm filming it? Idiot, man.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, okay, welfare recipient number 1. Okay, welfare recipient number 1. Make sure you tell your boot-licking buddies to deep throat the whole boot. You gotta deep throat the whole boot. Make sure. This dude here. Oh, make sure I don't go in the door. Make sure you watch your door. He might try to get in. What an idiot.
Don't worry.
Four police officers here for a possible DUI and a guy with a camera. There it goes, another kidnapped car.